Okay, so we have Dog Man that came out this weekend, an animated film based on the book series by Dave Pilkey, the same guy behind Captain Underpants. Technically, it's a spin-off of Captain Underpants, but whatever. This review contains light spoilers, or they're heavy spoilers, and I just didn't think too much of them. Either way, be warned if you care that much about Dogman. So, Dogman himself is the fusion of a human cop and his dog, as an evil cat terrorist bombed them, rendering the cop's head and the dog's body too damaged to be saved on their own, but then the doctors put the dog's head on the man's body, giving us Dogman, of course. And now he's a super cop going around being a hero to the city and putting a stop to the cat terrorist's evil schemes. The cat terrorist is named Petey, by the way, conveniently voiced by Pete Davidson, and that's the basics for maybe the first half hour of the movie, because then the story kind of veers off into becoming a best of highlight reel of all the most memorable parts of the series, pulling from different books, but mostly it's based on the third one, A Tale of Two Kitties, which introduces Petey's clone son, and has a bit at the end about whole buildings coming to life and being giant monsters and whatnot. Pretty quickly, it stops being a movie about Dogman and becomes all about Petey and Little Petey, and a sort of custody battle between Dogman and Petey over the kid. And then they have the part from the books with Petey's father being a jerk, and then an evil fish becomes the villain? The main villain? Like I said, this becomes a highlight reel more than anything, and unfortunately that doesn't make for a smooth film. It's got too much crammed into it. Like, the runtime isn't even 90 minutes, but it felt way longer because there's about 3 or 4 movies worth of plot that happens. The pacing is weird, and the story goes in directions that didn't feel right to me. Like, sure, this is roughly how it happened in the book, but it goes all over the place. The movie just changes what it's about, like, 3 times. You remember how the Penguins of Madagascar movie had that plot point about them turning into mutants or some shit? And it felt like the movie was completely derailed? Remember how weird that was? Like, this is not the same movie I signed up for, what the hell? I felt something similar with Dogman, with all the giant skyscraper monsters and the giant mailman robot and the evil fish becoming the ultimate problem by the end. Except Dogman is still somehow the better film. Yeah, all that being said, I wouldn't say it's bad, far from it. It's obviously animated very well. The art style is lifted directly from the book's illustrations. They translated it perfectly into 3D animation. It looks damn good. And the voiced cast is solid, with Pete Davidson being the best part of this whole thing. Like, I wasn't vibing with the story direction, but Pete Davidson as Petey and his personal story with Little Petey was good enough to keep me on board. Plus, it's really funny for the most part. I just like the sense of humor it has. It's funny enough to keep you entertained, and everything with Pete Davidson was okay enough to where I can't say I at least didn't enjoy myself. But the story is, like, not cutting it for me. Kids will obviously love it. Like, Dogman will not disappoint its target audience, and it won't be a bad time for the parents either. But for me, I feel the movie could have been a lot smoother than it was. And that's really all I have to say about Dogman. It's a bit crammed, but it's perfectly enjoyable. That's all I have to say for this video, so yeah.